Siamo a Roma, all'ambasciata di Svezia, per un incontro promosso da un'azienda svedese che prende il nome di Hansa Biopharma, appena arrivata nel nostro paese con una soluzione terapeutica che si rivolge a una quota di pazienti che non riescono ad andare incontro al trapianto di rene a causa del loro stato immunitario. La loro terapia desensibilizzante consente proprio di trapiantare e quindi di portare anche loro l'importante beneficio del trapianto. Abbiamo cercato di conoscere meglio l'azienda più da vicino attraverso le parole di Søren Tulstrup, CEO di Hansa Biopharma a livello globale. Søren, prima di tutto, se ci racconta Hansa Biopharma, chi siete, quando siete nati, insomma qualcosa un po' sulla vostra presenza in Europa e anche in Italia, che è appunto completamente nuova, e soprattutto le principali aree di ricerca.
Absolutely happy to do so. So Hansa Biopharma was founded back in 2007 as a spin-out from a university in southern Sweden in a city called Lund. And what led to the foundation of Hansa was the discovery of an enzyme today known as imlifidase that has a unique property that it inactivates a part of the human immune system. And the founders thought that that could be used in several different areas, but initially wanted the company to focus on kidney transplants, enabling kidney transplants in so-called highly sensitized patients. And we now have this product approved for that indication. But we've also moved into other areas like autoimmune diseases, which is a big area. There are more than 100 known very severe autoimmune diseases, many with no therapeutic options available. And we're doing clinical trials now in some of these autoimmune diseases. We've also moved into the important field of gene therapy, where we're focusing on enabling gene therapy in a broader range of patients. And finally, we're looking at the big space of cancer, where we think our platform can also be used. We have approximately 175 employees spread all over Europe, but also in the US. And we're a listed company on Nasdaq in Stockholm.
Søren, lei ha accennato l'impegno di Hansa nel mondo dei trapianti di rene. Ecco, ci può raccontare meglio appunto cosa fate esattamente e quali sono i benefici del farmaco di cui lei ci ha accennato per i pazienti.
Sure. So looking at the renal transplant, that's actually the gold standard for end-stage renal disease patients who are on a wait list for a transplant. Is obviously to go through the transplant because that's life-saving. The majority of dialysis patients are not alive after 5 years, whereas the majority are when they've been transplanted. And obviously the quality of life is much higher if you've been transplanted and you don't need to undergo dialysis. So we have one product focusing on enabling kidney transplants, but we also have a product that is focused on a renal autoimmune disease called anti-GBM, which is a disease where you get a hyperacute attack, and 2 out of 3 patients lose their kidney function within a matter of months, and then they are on dialysis and will need to wait for a kidney transplant. So those are 2 specific focus areas for the company. Idefirix imlifidase is available in Italy. It has been granted reimbursement that happened in December, and now the reimbursement is being pushed down to the regions. And the clinics are working very hard to put in place protocols, which essentially most of them have, and ready to get started.
Durante la sua presentazione hai raccontato una cosa che mi è sembrata molto interessante, ovvero il fatto che lavorare nel mondo dei trapianti vuol dire lavorare con una comunità. Allora la domanda che le faccio è: cosa sta facendo Hansa per la comunità europea di trapiantologia e cosa intende fare per la comunità italiana?
Yes, so the transplant field is a very, very complex field with many moving parts. There is the sourcing of organs, there is the delivery of organs, there is the pairing of an organ and a recipient, there is a transplant procedure, there's the after-transplant care, and so on and so forth. So we work with a very broad range of stakeholders here, all the way from the payers to the clinics themselves, to the patient associations, to those organizations that are in charge of allocating organs, and the politicians to make sure that this field is adequately resourced and that money and expertise is being sent into the system, so to speak.